Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Hope you're all safe and well. Forgot to put the lights on. This is an assembly, a build video of my Twin Otter 1.2 meter wingspan. It comes with floats, but I'll be using the wheels. Let's get everything out of the box. So here we are with all the parts. The floats I won't be using. I've got so many sets of floats now, it's unbelievable. Vertical stabilizer and the rudder, or the fin and the rudder, already part of the airframe. The horizontal stabilizer and elevators over there. The wing, flaps, ailerons all over there. It's a very narrow wing. Wheels, props, spinners, all sorts there. Plastic bits, undercarriage, the lot. What I've noticed is it has a pretty big manual addendum. Now the manual was obviously pretty rush job. I've watched lots of videos of people putting this thing together, and one of the biggest issues that they seem to have is the wings have a lot of cables hanging from underneath, and all of this seems to go down into here. Don't worry about that for now. And they're always worried about it catching the servos, rudder and elevator servo. Well, I've noticed on this there are two cutouts here on the wing bolt board, and on the wing it only obviously needs a center bolt which goes through there. Therefore there should be no reason why cutting a bit of the foam out on this block at the back here, cut this foam out, you should be able to drop those wires down, split them either side of the bolt, here and here, feed them through those holes, connect them and push all the wire into the back of the fuselage. And I think that's going to work really well. So I will be making that modification. Up that way, battery goes in the front here, that's for your bind. Yeah, looks good. First thing is we put the undercarriage on it. I think I mentioned it in the unboxing, the build quality of this aircraft for an Horizon hobby plane is absolutely appalling. It's the type of thing I expect from Dynam. I mean, the magnets that hold the cockpit in place just came out. It's there in my hand. Easy fix, but I'm not that impressed. So this has a little screw in it that we've got to take out. It's quite a warm day today, so I've got the windows open, so you're going to hear people cutting the grass and that type of thing. Not that one, it's too small. Let's get the magnet on here. There we go. Now I think this just pops up. Comes out some way. Yeah! Woohoo! There's the plate. So the undercarriage goes there. It comes in a bag. Wire goes to the back, so that sort of goes in there, that sits like that. That's quite nice. 3 plastic blocks basically. I suppose they go over the undercarriage. I think I'm supposed to have holes here, but I don't. All I have is a little laser cut area that's marked out. Now in that bag it had no screws, so I'm guessing they're in this bag. Seems a bit silly, they could have kept it in together. So I think all the screws are the same size and they're all in this little bag. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing really there for it to bite into. That's one. Let's just check this is round the correct way. Yes. Sorry about my hands being in the way. 2. There you go, if it works, it works. Yeah, they're definitely all the same size. So all of these are the same size. This one's the longer one, which is the one on the magnet. I'm now going to screw this down as much as I can. So we're going to put this back. Iron grooves in place. And then we use the longer screw to go through a plastic mount here and screw into that ply bit. That's it. There's 17 screws still left in that. Right, the nose wheel. Now the nose wheel looks as though it's got this crosshead screw, which is pretty awful. So let's just undo that. I'm going to take it off because I think I could replace that with a grommet. Oh no, there we go. We can actually take that servo off, the servo arm off the front, because you only need it when you're using the floats, or the float push rod to connect to, which again, I'll have to be honest to you, to me it's a pretty crappy solution. I would rather have seen a servo embedded into the floats. But what we do need here, okay, I can see how this works. That goes through there, all the way down. It's got a little flatbed piece on it, and then we're going to do the screw back up. Yeah, so we want to do this flat, so the flat piece is there. No idea how well this will be, and it's going to stick out quite a bit, I would think, because I've taken the aluminium horn away. Yeah, doesn't feel right. It looks bloody dreadful. Not impressed. Not impressed at all. I might replace that for a grommet with an Allen key, because it looks pretty cheap. But I'm really looking forward to this aeroplane. I sold my Twin Star to get it, so I just could not be bothered to assemble the Twin Star or build the Twin Star, because I'm a lazy man. So I thought, let's sell the Twin Star and with the proceeds buy this. The more I look at this, you know, if you look here, this piece of board has a cutout and these 2 screw marks for servos. I'm not convinced that the servos at one stage in the design weren't inverted. So the servo down here and here were actually up here but inverted, because that would have kept them right out of the way, and the electronics and everything could have just plonked straight down. So I think that they've changed the design for some reason. Otherwise, why would you have this board with 2 servo holes? I don't know. They now call for the tailplane, but I'm not going to do the tailplane until I've sorted the main wing out. Yeah, okay, so we've got to put the wing on. This is the addendum. You put the wing on, skew it all up, but then you've got to put these in place. It's obvious that has to go through there, although I need to change the connector or put an adapter on. But this goes down like that. What I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to cut this foam out down there and down there. So all of those wires can lay flush. I'll get that done now. This is worth showing. I don't think I've yet seen a single build video where someone has shown this. Right, what I've done, I've taken the flap connector to the receiver and the aileron connector to the receiver, and I've pushed it up above this ply through the hole here. Then I've taken this connector is the LEDs, and this connector is the ESC, and they've come up this side as well, under the ply, up through the hole here, and they're on this side. So I've got two there and two there. The bind port goes through to the front battery bay, and there's a split in the LED that drives the LED on the tail. That's all been pushed back here under the ply board. This is where the wing bolt's in. So far, so good. That means when I connect things and push these down, they're behind the receiver, under the ply board and away from the servos. In order to make that work, this is what I've done. Oh, that doesn't sit there very well. You get this block with this plastic covering on, and all of the four wires come out through here. But all I've done is peel this off because it's just sticky back plastic. Okay, and then to match on that side, I've put the aileron and the flap through the foam, and this channel was already cut out. I haven't had to cut anything. My initial plan was to cut this away down the centre to bring the wires out level with this, but I don't need to. Having taken this off, I've realised that that slot is already there for those wires to run down. So I've taken the flap and the aileron, and on this side I've got the LED and the ESC. The power cables come to the front, hence through that piece, and this can just get stuck straight back on and cover up all that wiring. There we are. And I might tape it a bit further. So that now means that my wiring isn't going to stick out and under the servos. It's actually going to go down the holes. I will have to stick this on because it might put it off. On the foam. Sorry, on the ply. Here. And I can connect them up by pushing. I'm not going to do it now because I've got to do some reinforcing work on that plastic piece I just showed you. But basically that comes through there. These, you can't see it from where you are, so it'll change the angle. You seeing that? These connect here, these connect here, and as this drops down I just push the cables through the holes and they come out into this part and not where the servos are. That keeps it nice, neat and tidy from the get-go. But just before I do that, I do want to put some reinforcing tape on these just to hold them down. I'll get that done now and then we'll come back. Oops.